wakey.
Welcome back to the podcast, everyone. This is I'll Make a Stay Out of You, the podcast where my friend Phil teaches me. Teaches me, Tom, or is that proper? Whatever. Anyway, about K-pop and specifically Stray Kids for now. We'll move on into other K-pop material, I imagine, as time goes on and we run out of Stray Kids material to cover. But
you act like it's possible, but go on.
Yeah, fair enough. Tonight we watched the final episode of the Stray Kids survival show, and wow, what a treat it was. And the emotions and just everything. Yeah, how do you feel about it, Phil?
I love Stray Kids, and so we gotta clear some things up, like right off the top, okay? That I have had to hold in and not share. All right, so your two favorites are Changbin and Bangchan, right?
Of course.
And I love them. I think they're awesome.
Yes.
My two primary biases, I would say, that I've carried with me since I started getting into Stray Kids, which, of course, to be fair to me, was much later, and then we went back and watched the survival show. But my two, I really have two, and I bounce back and forth for biases, and it is Minho and Felix.
Really?
Yes. So like every excruciating sad moment is like killing me inside. Oh
my lord.
But like in this episode, when they did well, I was like so proud all over again. And so, and of course, while we were watching, right, my wife Jeanette was listening to our previous episode, specifically the one where Felix got eliminated.
Oof.
And I don't know if you remember, but you had said something like, well, what did we lose? And she was like messaging me like, what did we lose? What? And like, she like all caps. So hilarious. Yeah, it was really good. Really funny. But, man. It's so great to see. So what's weird about this episode, right? Not just the episode of the actual show, but the episode of the podcast is that, like, and technically the episode of the show. So anytime that we have an episode that's like really music heavy, like we tend to not run too long, like a good length of talk time, but like we don't tend to go too overboard because there's just less like moment to moment things happening. You're just like, this was a song and it was good. We are not choreographers. We're not going to be like, oh, that spinny move he did there, that was great. That's what choreographers sound like.
Yeah.
but and then the other thing is that like the MC would talk and talk and talk and talk and talk over and over and over again. Like he would just keep talking. And like I actually respect his game because I think he did a great job presenting, but like when you actually look at the content of the episode, huge portions of it, and I notice it more now. I'm sure I noticed it the first time, but I notice it more now because this is not the first time I watched it. But like there were even times where like JYP was like, all right, I'm going to tell you a thing. And then he was like, whoa. I'm going to keep teasing and drawing the time out. And like, he's, man.
I don't know if it's more like drawing time out as it is building suspense,
Oh yeah. Little column A, little column B. I'm sure they had the airtime booked for a certain time.
Right. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
And, yeah. But, he talks a lot, but I chalk it up mainly to the whole building suspense thing, which I think is important.
Yeah.
But, because it puts you on the edge of your seat and you're like, no, shut up, move on, show me the content that I'm here for.
Yeah. Which is exactly how it was feeling.
Right. And so I think it's a good way to deliver that stuff. I mean, it's, I don't know.
Yeah.
Imagine if they just did everything back to back with nothing like that, with no, hype or hype for
Right.
what you want.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. It's good that they did it, but yeah, it just makes me think that like our episode that we're recording right now, it just won't run as long because I don't know what to comment on other than what we've already said with what the MC was doing. He just like repeated everything JYP said, like rephrased it for the audience, and then just kept repeating himself about various things. I mean, obviously we could talk about like him asking questions. We'll get there. First, listeners, Tom and I both have sealed copies of Mixtape, the pre-debut album.
Yeah.
So my thought was either we could cover the episode and then do it at the very end, or we could do it right up top. And I think that there's advantages to both, right? Obviously, like, it's a tease, right? People have to keep watching, would be like the MC.
Yeah, exactly. I was just thinking, like, okay, how about we tell them that we're going to open it, and then we're like, but wait, let's talk about this first, and then we'll say, keep them on their toes,
We'll keep everyone guessing.
Or we just do it right now. I mean, like, I have it. I can grab it. I can put it in my hand right now. Okay.
I've got mine. Let's just do it. Let's do it. We're going to open them. Oh, my God.
Well, but first, let's talk about some things that happened in the episode.
Okay, sure. Yeah, that seems like a good idea. Let's do that first before we open anything. So, the episode starts. We got the Mnet song. I'll miss it. And then it immediately cut. And I remember you saying, as it started, you were like, well, that's a little different because it just like cuts to like a screen showing Stray Kids logo bouncing up and down.
Right.
And it's like, oh, well, yeah, this is the live episode. Yeah. So it's literally, it is live. So pretty crazy. It camera pans out. You get to see the whole audience. You get to see the studio. The MC introduces the whole deal, and then they bring out Stray Kids' 7-member group.
Okay, you know what? Fuck this. Let's open this. I'm excited. I want it now.
Oh yeah, let's do it. All right, fuck it. All right. Okay, so
right. I've got.
Take a look at it. Hold on, before you open it.
Yep.
Before you open it, take a look at it. Describe it to the listener. What are we looking at here?
All right, so it is a So I have. Oh, you're right. It does say on the back. It says the members, in very small print. I would have not have noticed this because okay. So, I don't know if you ordered it the same way that that Anna ordered it for me. But she ordered. So in the package that I received, I got Mixtape as well as, which is the pre-debut album, as well as, what is this? Where's the?
I Am Not.
It doesn't even say. Maybe that's spoilers. In the top right of this book, it says it has names also in very small print.
Yeah.
I Am Not. Okay, so
which is the debut album,
right? So I received both of these together, and they were kind of like put together. And Phil tells me before we started recording tonight, he says, "Don't look at the back, otherwise it'll spoil the episode for you, right? Because it'll tell you who made it." But like, there's no way I would have seen that just by like shifting these things around. But yeah, taking a good look. Let me set this one down. Taking a look here, right? It says Mixtape in this very kind of. I mean, it's blocky, but it's that's what it is. It's Stray Kids in the back or like on top of it, like overlaid with it. Right. So. I realized even now, like, even though I've had this sitting on my shelf for a while, and even though I wasn't going to open it, I could look at it. I know who the members are going to be. I'm looking at it right now, and when I hold it up to the light, I did not realize that their names are actually on the front also. But it's black on black. Oh, and it's reflective. You're so right. Yeah, it's it's also hard to see because I still have it in the plastic. In the plastic, right? Like the shrink wrap or whatever that's on it. Yeah. But yeah, it's a nice looking. I mean, it's very Stray Kids. I would say like it's got that darkness to it. Dark. Oh yeah, I like dark. I mean, one of the best features of Changbin for sure is just his smooth, dark sexiness,
Oh yeah.
But,
yeah. You know what? Speaking of things I can tell you about and
Sure.
ridiculous purchases, eventually they released as merchandise for Stray Kids little stuffed animals.
Okay.
And we bought one recently because they were sold out, and then they just reopened orders for them, and so we bought one in this last round, and we did buy Changbin. His
the Changbin stuffed animal. You know what? Some people in my life were asking me earlier today what they should do for my birthday, because my birthday is in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't really know. Like, I don't know. I feel like I'm not a very easy person to buy gifts for, you know?
Right.
Because I rarely know like what I want unless it's in that moment and I'm like, I want this, I'm getting it. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
But hey, there we go. Question asked and question answered, apparently.
Well, okay, you say that, but it may be sold out. I'm literally going on a Sub-K shop to check it out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, if it's not sold out, you can message one of two people or both and let them know.
Yeah, I mean, I can tell you this much, that like, was it a pre-order? What the heck?
Well, you know what? Don't tell me if it's sold out. If whatever the case, if it is sold out,
it's not sold out.
Okay, I literally just said, don't tell me if it's sold out.
Okay,
I literally just said this.
I'm sorry, I was not listening to you because I was too busy looking for it.
Okay, well, you may or may not message somebody about that and to let them know that they may or may not get that for me as a gift for my birthday.
Okay. So, and is it who I imagine it would be?
There's two people that would be involved in that, so you pick.
Okay.
Or
okay.
both.
But I also want to clarify a couple of things about it, right? Because it does not look like, well, it is not a stuffy of Changbin.
Don't tell me details, okay?
I don't want you to get it and be like, what the fuck is this? Because it is $40.
Okay. Whatever.
Yeah. For a stuffed animal. I'm just saying.
Look.
It's fine. I obviously spent the money on it.
I am fine in expanding my Stray Kids merch
collection.
Yeah.
All right.
And I'm sure Anna won't mind either,
yeah.
Can I take this plastic off now?
Yeah, well, let's both unwrap the plastic and we'll do a bit of ASMR into our microphones here. Hi, hello. I'm peeling it.
Oh, mine's already off. I just like tore the bottom off and then slipped it off by the sleeve.
I'm trying to peel it as slowly as possible, but I'm done now.
Okay.
All right.
Perfect. So, okay. Let me.
If anybody is not familiar and is not already a stay, is it a jewel case? What are we looking at here?
A jewel case? What are you talking about?
A jewel case. That is what the like plastic CD cases are called. That we.
Oh. No. It is a book. It is a book. Like it's book. I don't know. Actually, you know what? I have a tape measure right here. Don't ask me why.
Yeah. Okay.
It's 10 inches long, and and
is it
7 1/8 inches wide, or wide. Its thickness is a little more than half an inch. So if you know what that means, this ain't no CD case. Okay, this is a book.
Yeah, it's pretty huge.
It smells like a book too, like a new book,
Yeah, it smells great.
Yeah, new book smell.
All
It's
right.
always good.
Well, open it up, but I would say open from the front because we will get to the photo cards that are like halfway through.
Yeah. I kind of cracked it a little bit, and I see them. I can't like make out what they are, but I see that they exist in the whatever you call that, the middle.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh yeah. So it's a photo book. So we're actually getting a lot of photos of all the different members. It's got them all in order.
Oh yeah.
So you get some cool poses.
We got some Bang Chan in the front. I commented on this. Oh, we should probably talk about the watch along, right?
Oh yeah.
So you may have noticed that there is no watch along for this episode, and the reason for that is we were recording one, but we had a lot of technical difficulties with the watch together feature of Plex, which is what we use to watch it together, since we are separated by many states right now. Like it was just disconnecting me, or it would disconnect Phil, or it would like get us out of sync or whatever. And so we just decided it would be way too much work to try to piece together all of these like bits of the audio to like perfectly sync with the episode. And maybe it just wouldn't come out right. So it would be super confusing listening to that while also watching it, which is the whole point, So we just decided to toss out that recording and just jump right into, well, we finished the episode, but jump right into, the actual episode of the podcast. So I'm sorry that happened. There's really nothing we could do about that. But hopefully this episode will suffice on its own, and hopefully you enjoyed watching the episode to prepare for listening to this. But yeah, so like I mentioned in the while we were doing the watch along, while we're watching it, obviously, like in terms of the members that I find like attractive, Changbin's number one, right?
Oh yeah.
I think he's just like, I don't know what it is about him. I've said it in many episodes before, but to me, like he's the one that does it for me. But also Chan himself is like, I would say he's more like conventionally attractive than Changbin, whereas Changbin's got like that dark, like just suave thing going on.
I like dark.
Chan is like, he's just a good looking dude, and he's also like crazy talented, and I was thinking this like watching the performances is like, how is he so good at everything? He's not I guess this is kind of a callback to one of our earlier episodes in that, like, I was worried that because he's the leader and he cares so deeply about each aspect of the team and each member, that he might be spreading himself too thin, and what was the expression, being a
jack of all trades, master of none.
Right, exactly. And so that was it was and probably will continue to be like my main concern for him. But watching the performance tonight, I don't think that I should have, those concerns, because he was nailing it. He's a great singer. He's a great rapper. He's a great dancer. He's doing everything that he should be doing perfectly. And he's a good looking dude,
Oh yeah.
So
he did great.
Yeah. All right. Let's keep going.
Yeah. Keep on flipping. I was flipping through.
We got Woo Jin.
A lot of behind the scenes photos, but I'm now I made it to the center.
We got Minho.
So I've got my
one of these pictures of Minho he's petting a cat.
Yeah.
What a cutie. Oh yeah, Changbin. Here we go. Yep. Gonna put these on my scanner. Get some digital copies on my computer. You know what I mean?
Need that.
Jisung, that is Anna said that he's the one that does it for her, Jisung.
Oh, really? Okay, that's
Yeah.
interesting. That makes sense. He's extremely talented.
Yeah.
Han Ji-sung. Yeah.
We
he
got
is handsome.
we got Felix, Sungmin.
Sungmin. Man, Sungmin's performance during Spread My Wings
Oh yeah.
was incredible.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I like, I know that Woojin had a lot to make up for, and that he was doing a lot to try and like really improve his ad-libbing skills and stuff, and I think he showed that. But my God, when Sungmin came out and just hit those notes and really owned the stage. I mean, I know that just JYP praised him for it as well. My God, it was so good. Oh, he is such a great singer. So the problem that I and Jeanette face often is like we'll watch some Stray Kids content and someone else will be kind of featured in it and we'll just be like, yep, that's my bias now. I guess that's my bias now.
Yeah.
It's just it's constantly fluctuating. I like even when I looked at the comments on one of their more recent songs, people are just like, all right, Stray Kids, it's the only boy group where you can't have a bias.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I do, but
No, it's fine. You're allowed. And
Yeah.
and there's a lot more content for you to experience. So you'll be fine. We'll figure it out.
Mixtape.
Yeah.
Let's talk about
Mixtape.
this. We got some showcase. Okay.
Yeah, it goes kind of.
They're in
it
school.
seems like they're going
okay.
in order.
Yeah. Like
Kinda
school photos.
Yeah, I love it, and they're all signed. And my favorite part is Felix, because he just wrote Felix in English.
Yeah.
But that's not what Korean fans call him. So,
What do Korean fans call him?
Young Buck.
Young Bak. Why?
That's his name.
Oh, okay.
It's just like, he was Felix in Australia, and he's Felix. I think like officially, like his stage name is Felix. I mean, they'll get their stage names, and I'm sure we'll talk about that when that happens. But they all get kind of like official. This is the JYP official name that we will put on all our promotional stuff, right? For
Right.
all the members, they all get it. And then and some, it's just exactly what you would expect it to be. But like, there are some that are different, and it's just like, okay, well, the fans still call them like by their name, just by their name, because that's what they were used to, and so that's just like carried over. So even now, after like 3 years of promotion of them using like their debut names, like people just still call them what they call them. Like people still call Felix Young Buck, although I call him Felix because I speak English. So
Yeah.
yeah, no.
Yeah.
Yeah. Keep flipping.
Well, I
gotta
got
get to these
my
cards.
I got my cards. I pulled
You
out
got
my
your
cards.
cards. Okay,
Yeah.
all right. I'm gonna pull out my cards too. All right. And who did you get? What cards did you get? Let's hear it.
Well, okay, so I'm a little disappointed, but
Mm-hmm.
Anna won't be because
Okay.
I got Jisung.
Wow. Jisung is so great. Ah, wonderful.
Yeah.
I got Sungmin as one of mine.
Okay. It doesn't say, so and like
Yeah, this is my one that doesn't say. Yeah.
I think it's Sungmin.
Send me a picture. I'll
Alright.
tell you.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Oh no, stop. Why does my phone do this? It's like trying
I'm gonna laugh really hard if it's the same photo card. Like if we both got the same photo card.
Yeah.
Really funny.
That would be that would be funny. I'll send it to the Discord. Wait, what the heck? I don't know why it's doing that. There you go.
Let me see. Gotta click on it. Oh, no, that's Hyunjin.
Is it?
Yeah, that's Hyunjin.
All right.
Yeah, you look at those big, beautiful lips. Mm.
Okay.
Sexy man. Here, I'll send you mine.
Yeah.
Because I have not yet revealed my other one.
Yeah.
I will reveal it in a picture.
In a picture.
There it is.
You son of a bitch. Damn it. I'm going to have to order another one.
Okay, no, listen. You'll get new cards, but here's the thing.
Uh-huh.
I don't know how to make this work and not have it get damaged, but I will trade you my Changbin for your Hyunjin.
Okay. I will accept this trade.
I desperately want more Hyunjin photo cards. I have 3 already.
Okay.
So I'm like, well, I didn't aim to collect him. He aimed to be collected by me. That's another thing I can tell you. I can tell you who I have on Bubble, who I Bubble message with.
Oh, yeah?
It's Hyunjin.
Oh, yeah? Nice.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, that's really fun. Which is hilarious, right? Because I just got done telling you that, like, I think my biases right now are Felix and Minho, but I have Hyunjin on Bubble, and I'm collecting his photo cards. Like, that's
nice.
That's Stray Kids. That is Stay for you. Yeah.
I don't know what to do with these because like you said, like I don't want them to get damaged. I'm just gonna set them there for now while I continue flipping through this book.
Yeah, I think I have some extra magic card protector sleeves.
Oh,
so
yeah,
maybe
yeah,
I'll
yeah.
tuck these in there.
I've got tons of those, but I don't have hard ones. Just like just soft ones that I was using for Unstable Unicorns.
Yeah. Well, I think maybe what I can do is I can maybe put I'll put the card to get it to you. I'll put the card and I'll put it in one of those sleeves, and then I'll put that sleeve. I'll like
in a hard case.
Put 2 pieces of like cardboard on either side of it.
Yeah, sure.
You know what I mean? So like
Right.
hold it flat and then like just tape it shut, and then you have to,
I wonder if you could probably pick up like a hard plastic card protector to put it in.
Probably. Yeah, that's a good idea. All right, fuck it. Whatever. I'll figure it out.
Yeah. Well, let's look into that. Maybe it's something we can order on Amazon so that I can do the same for this one and send it to you.
Yeah. On the last page
of the book?
Of the book. If you just flip to the back cover.
Well, I was flipping through each photo, but I guess
yeah.
I've kind of seen all of this content because we
We just watched the survival show.
Right, exactly.
But if you flip to the very end, you'll see your CD, and that is the actual CD that has.
Oh, I was wondering where it
on
was.
Yeah.
Yeah. At the very back. Is the actual CD itself. And wow, it's crazy because it is perfectly placed in there. Like the letters line because it's cut out, like it's half cut or it's cut halfway, and the CD has Stray Kids like written on it across the center of it, and the bottom half like that is there for the sleeve also has Stray Kids written on it, and the CD like has been placed in here to allow that to like line up perfectly. So
mine
something
too.
to note.
Mine is also lined up like that. That's really great.
Yeah. I gotta be be gentle with this.
Yeah, it's important. We actually have been tidying the home, and one of the things that we've done recently, we for one, we ordered a DVD CD player so that we could listen to all our K-pop CDs because we have a bunch of them now.
Right.
And so we bought that and hooked it up, and and we've listened to a few CDs. I mean, they sound great. I mean, the CD audio obviously is better than compressed MP3s. Like it does sound better.
Right.
But it's I think it's just fun to put a disc on every once in a while. Just like I like playing records just for the ritual of it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that was some great opening of an album.
Yeah.
And we'll definitely have more of that soon because we both have a copy of I Am Not sealed, and it won't be long of going through Stray Kids content before we'll get to that. So let's quickly continue through the episode. They introduced all the Stray Kids. They were going one by one, and we won't go over everybody's reaction and how they said hello to the audience. But personally, I have to call out Hyunjin because, and we talked about this when we were watching it. It's like he has the most awkward smile.
Oh my god, yeah.
He's just like, and then the MC is like, he's strangely attractive in person, more attractive in person than you see in video or whatever. And then he like makes the most awkward smile I've ever seen, where he looks like he's so uncomfortable. And it's so funny because I thought that the first time we watched it, and we hadn't been listening to Stray Kids for very long, and I was like, oh man, he's so awkward. And then I looked back at like current music videos, and I'm like, he's so beautiful.
Yeah.
Everybody saw something I didn't, because I just saw like, oh, he's just an awkward kid, and maybe it's just because, you know, he gets a little older, I'm a little older, and so now he's the right age.
Oh my god.
What am I saying?
Jesus Christ.
I'm just saying that he's become more mature. His look has matured.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so he to me, when we watch the Stray Kids Survival Show, it's not just Jongin that looks young to me. A lot of them do. They look really young, not mature. They don't look like men, so it's like they could look cute, but they're all saying like, no, he's handsome, he's hot. And I'm like, I don't know, he just looks like a kid and he looks a little awkward to me. But watching the stuff like 3 years later, I'm like, all right, I get it.
Yeah.
So they introduced the whole voting system. People are going to be able to vote for 7 or 9. We'll talk about the meta game here in a little bit, but we got the members moving forward. They did kind of like a big run through of everything that happened in the survival show, and then they performed.
Their first song was
"Spread My Wings."
Wait, no. Their first song was "Yeah Yeah Yeah."
Yeah. Right. Yeah, they performed "Yeah Yeah Yeah" as a 7.
Yep.
Which, you know, like the review that JYP had of the 7 was that like they were perfect. Like they were well performed.
Yeah.
And I'd agree with that. I think that's right. But it definitely seems like something is missing, especially from Yeah Yeah Yeah, because like the thing about Felix, and I was going to make this argument to you, but I couldn't because I knew he was coming back, is that like the deal with him is that he has the deepest voice I've ever heard.
Yeah.
And it is used effectively in the music by Bangchan as he's creating these songs. And so like in Yeah Yeah Yeah, without him going verse 2, like it doesn't have that same punch. Like when they got to verse 2, it felt weak to me. Like it just didn't feel like how it did at the busking, and that was when Felix made a bunch of mistakes, or at least one big one. So it's just like, it's weird that the crew that is like quote unquote perfect, they can put the thing together, and I don't think they made a mistake necessarily, but it just didn't feel right.
Sure.
Like it's missing that depth of voice provided by Felix.
Right. I gotcha.
So yeah. So then they go on. They give us a whole deal about writing "Spread Your Wings," which in the last episode they kept calling "Young Wings." I'm not sure if it's both or if that was just a temporary name. But "Spread Your Wings" way better than "Young Wings." I think it's just not the worst named song in the episode, even if I like it. So
Yeah, you're talking about the last song, huh?
yeah.
Yeah, even JYP was like, I don't know how to say this.
Yeah, I don't know how to say this. Although I feel like he said that when they and said that their name was Stray Kids. Also,
Yeah.
Stray what? What?
Yeah.
What was the name again? Like,
say it again. Slowly for an old man like myself.
Yeah, but it's a more melodic song. It leans more heavily on the vocals. How did you feel about it as a part of the show?
Yeah, or the last one.
Spread my wings.
Sorry, yeah, spread. Is it spread your wings or spread my wings?
Spread my wings.
No, I like it. It's good. And it's one thing that I have not commented on yet, but I do feel like strongly about is that you cannot deny that Stray Kids put a lot of thought into their lyrics. They want each song to tell a story, to tell a very specific part of whether it's Korean culture or like more specifically like whether you're a teenager, like Spread Your Wings is about like moving into it's about like becoming an adult, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm. So
being excited and scared and not wanting to have the transition, want to stay young.
Yeah, right. And so each of their songs has like a powerful message to it, whether it's emotional or just dark or just strong in some aspect. And I really like that. It's not just music for the sake of being music. It's music that has a meaning behind it, and that's really cool.
Yeah, that's one of the things where me, I get secondhand cringe and embarrassment from anything basically, and like when they are really getting into like anytime that they're sitting around thinking about lyrics, like what does this song feel like? What do we want to write this song about? Like if somebody asked me that question, I feel like I would just freeze up and be like, I can't do this. This is too much cringe. Like I can't think about like, oh, I want a song to mean like, how like when I'm young and like, but then I'm old and like, but they take it, they're so dedicated and they take it so seriously that it does not become cringe. Like it's awesome. So yeah, no, I totally agree. I can't imagine doing that myself, but so I respect it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we got treated to we got some praise for Sungmin in that song because he was beautiful and his voice is beautiful and he's a wonderful singer and he's just incredible and he will that like he's just going to continue improving and I think that's true for all of the vocal group but
yeah,
it's just crazy. So we get a little rundown of what Felix and Minho have been up to since they were eliminated, and it's mostly just practicing the things that they did poorly at. Whether it was fundamentals like Minho or speaking the Korean language like Felix. They worked really hard on those aspects of themselves to make large improvements and show that, in a short amount of time, because like, JYP is looking at it from a perspective of, well, we have to package you up and sell you. And if you can't be ready by the time that we need to go to presses, like that's a problem.
Right. So
they need to show that they can have that amount of growth in a short period of time. And I think that they did that. I think that they did a good job of doing those things in their whole thing. And it was nice to see kind of more behind the scenes stuff of like, this is what happened when they first got back together and they were like, well, let's all just, does everyone remember how to do Elevator? Let's do it right now. Because like, that's the thing is like their whole lives have been just training and stuff. So like, what are they going to do for fun when they all meet up in the dance room? They're going to dance. Like that's what they're going to do. Like,
and it was awesome. A fun moment for them. Like, you could really tell that they wanted to like do it as well as they could, but they were also just having a blast and goofing off with each other, like in it, and that's the type of fun that they can have together, which is nice.
Yeah, absolutely. It was great. So, after that, of course, we lead into the actual performance of the 9-member full group doing Hellevator. This was the most recent performance of it. It's like the 4th or 5th time they've done it on the show, if we count the music video. I think they smashed it, but of course they would.
Yeah.
You know, I thought it was great, but you know, JYP points out, and rightly so, that like, yeah, you all did great, but you should. You've done it a million times.
Right.
So I'm glad you met the expectations. Great.
Yeah. Congratulations, you did the bare minimum.
Right. Yeah. And you know, yeah, I don't know. Yeah. So they did all that. I thought that Minho did a good job with his rap. I felt like this was the rap, his rap part in this, where we were both like, oh, he killed it.
Yeah,
Like, he just,
exactly.
the confidence, everything, like I felt like the sound in it, like the tone of his voice as he was rapping was filled with more emotion and more force. Like he really practiced.
Yeah.
It was,
I don't know, obviously I don't know what was going on in his head, but what it felt like to me was like he could have been just like staring down JYP in that moment and saying, yeah, I can fucking do this, you know?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, he did great, man. It was awesome.
Yeah.
So, of course, JYP, seeing through that, says, okay, well, let's see, what else can you do? But I think, was this the point where we got... Oh, yeah. So before we moved on to any performances, we got the midway results.
Right. For the voting. For the live voting.
Yeah, for the live voting. And the result of that was 96 to 4%. 96% saying 9 members, 4% saying 7.
Yep.
So
this is the audience saying,
right.
Yeah, give us 9 members. Are you dumb?
Yeah, it's interesting because they, you know, when they did the busking show, there was a definite point that I saw when they were talking about how Minho had been eliminated. There was somebody in the crowd. They said, like, you know, it's sad because we won't be able to debut it as 9. And somebody in the crowd shouted, "Yes, you can. You still can." And at that point, it seemed like much more hopeless. Like, it didn't seem like, oh, this is definitely going to happen. Like, she's right. But, like, that lady was right. It could happen.
She's a time traveler.
Yeah, apparently. Her and 96% of her friends. It's those other 4%, we don't talk to them anymore.
Nope. Yeah, they're shunned. They're canceled. Yeah, they're.
Yep.
I've never really been a big fan of cancel culture. You know, because I mean, just look at the whole pro Jared thing. You know, that really turned me off to it. Because you never know. But those 4%, yeah, fuck them. Cancel them.
Yeah, fuck the 4%.
They should post the names of everyone who is part of that 4% voting pool, and they should be exiled.
Eat the 4%.
Yeah, put them on a survival show. See how they do. You know what?
Yeah, that's right. And like an actual survival show with Bear Grylls. They have to drink their urine.
Yeah. put them on an island and split them into teams, and you know what, just throw in some purple edits. You know, let's get like at least 6 for the whole season. I want to see that happen.
Yeah. So we got some comments from JYP, who it's like the only time I feel like I've seen him look a little flustered, because like 96% really kind of takes it out of your hands. like if the people you trust within JYP to advise you are saying like, yeah, they're good enough, I think we can work with this. I mean, and they must be at that level at least, or else they wouldn't have never given them the option, right?
Right.
So if the people who are advising him say like, yeah, I think we could work with it, and then the audience says like, no, you give us 9 or you give us nothing. There was literally a lady who had on her phone 9 minus 2 equals 0.
Nice.
So I was like, okay, this lady's my hero.
Yeah.
But it's like, yeah, I think it's at that point midway through the show, I'm like, when I first watched it, I was like, well, there's no way that they're not gonna get 9, right? Like,
Yeah.
would he overturn 96% of the audience? I don't think so.
No.
I mean, maybe he would.
It's possible.
It's possible.
Yeah, but I mean that is just such a landslide, vote for the 9. Yeah, I mean, are you trying to say that the audience doesn't know what they're talking about?
I'm saying that the audience does know what they're
no.
talking about.
I mean, like if JYP were to go with 7, like he's saying, he's saying you guys, he's pulling a don't you guys have phones kind of situation,
Right? Yeah. Don't you guys have phones? Yeah. He had some mistake. You don't want to do that. Yeah.
You think you do, but you don't.
You think you do, but you don't. Jeez, Blizzard, come on. So they have a little bit of break from dancing and from JYP to show some behind the scenes stuff, some gags, some goofs, some guffaws that we didn't get to see during the regular season. What did you think of them goofing off? It was pretty fun.
Oh yeah, that's great.
Yeah. A lot of hugs, a lot of hugging.
I love that part. Yeah, they're very affectionate, and it's adorable.
Yeah, it's really cute, and it makes sense. Like, it's interesting because so much of that is behind the scenes. It's not like stuff where they're expecting to be recorded when they're all like cuddling each other.
Yeah, it's like candid.
Yeah, which is like, they've basically been living in the dorms together. Some of them in Bangchan's case since he was 13. So like you just grown up with like brothers like this basically. So,
right.
Yeah, it's cool and cute. And then they come back, speaking of cute, and they performed School Life.
Yeah.
School Life.
Such a good song. A cute song too.
Yeah.
I was a little disappointed because I thought so in their original performance of School Life during the 333 challenge when it was Woojin was a part of this, right? I thought he looked so adorable with wearing his little backpack and like jumping around the stage and whatnot, and he didn't wear a backpack in this performance, and I was like, what the hell?
Yeah.
He needed a backpack.
He should have had a backpack. Yeah.
Yeah. Some of them did, but Woojin didn't. That's what I was keeping an eye out for that, and it just wasn't there. So if I can criticize the performance, the only thing that I have to criticize about their performance of School Life tonight was that Woojin wasn't wearing a backpack.
Yeah. And I specifically saw Minho's part. I thought that this was important, and it didn't get called out by JYP. But Minho's part in this song was him singing, not rapping.
Yeah.
And it was good.
Right.
I thought it was really great. And so at the beginning of the show, JYP tells him, you can't sing, so have you tried rap? And then sticks him on rap, and then he does rap for the rest of the season until right now.
Yeah.
So it's really crazy to like well, maybe he was actually just nervous the first time that he performed for you and you like took him off of being able to do vocals, even though he can do vocals. Like,
right.
It's just, yeah. So he did great. I thought it was awesome. And I just love School Life. It's so fun. Everybody's having a good time. They're jumping around the stage. And I loved that they like still included a lot of the audience engagement stuff. I feel like that they did during the busking show, but and adjusted it for being on stage because there was still a live crowd and everything.
Yeah,
I just think I thought they did really, really great. And JYP liked it. He thought that they did pretty good, but he was holding out. They cut in then to a new segment of them talking about their final song. And before we get to it, let's look at the meta here. All right, so group with 7 members has done 2 songs. Group with 9 members has done 2 songs now.
Mhm.
And the group with 9 members is getting another song.
Yeah.
And like, I get that Bangchan and the rest of the boys, like, their goal is to have 9 members. So, yeah, it makes sense for them if they were running the show
But they're
to
not
choose
running
to
the
do
show.
that. But they are not running the show. So that kind of like, it makes me like take a step back and go like, okay,
We know where this is going.
JYP knew what was going to happen.
Yeah.
He knew it was good. Like, there's no way he went into this and said, okay, we're going to have the group of 7 do 2 and the group of 3 do 3
Dude,
and
the
not,
group of 9.
or the group of 9.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do 3, without knowing, you know, and he knew.
Yeah.
So it's good. It was well played. And like, JYP's kind of a wild card, right? He could have changed his mind, but I think that's the way he saw it going. And the only way he would know that is if, like, you know, the vocal coaches and stuff, like people giving him feedback were like, no, it's going to work better. Like,
Yeah.
people were probably already advising him, but that's all meta. That wasn't in the show. That's just my sense of it from
Sure.
what we actually saw. So they start talking about the new song, which is Grr, Law of Total Madness.
That's not an exaggeration. That is the name of the song. Grr, Law of Total Madness.
Yes.
I love it.
Now, if you check your mixtape, you'll notice that there is not a song on there called Grr, Law of Total Madness.
Let me grab it.
Mm-hmm.
Does it have the song listing somewhere? Where is...
Isn't it?
Oh, is it in... Wait, no, these are credits. It's just called Grr. Yeah. A couple pages, like the penultimate page is the song listing.
Yeah. Actually, that is the full title. That's interesting. That was not what I was expecting, but I'm glad we checked. That's why we have these albums.
Yeah. Wait, is
if
it
you-
Grr and then in Korean the rest?
Yes. Yeah. Exactly.
Right. Okay.
So if I was to if you pull it up on Spotify, pull up Mixtape, the album, or if I pull it up in Apple Music, because we use different music services.
Yep. Spotify's better.
It does not show the Korean because it's not in Korean, it's English, right?
Yeah.
So they changed the name of that to just Beware.
Oh, okay.
I think it gets the point across.
Wait, hold on. I'm confused here though because we've got Elevator. Now this is where me not knowing Korean is doing my a disservice to this. But we've got Elevator, we've got Grr, and then we've got Something in Korean, and then we've got Ya, Glow, School Life, 4419. Is that Spread Your Wings? That must be right.
Yes.
Or Spread My Wings.
Yeah. Spread My Wings. Yeah.
Why didn't they put it in English? I wonder.
Because this is an album for Korea.
Yeah, but all the other ones are in English. I'm just saying.
Well, okay, fair enough, but I mean, Grr isn't, but
Well, yeah, Grr is in English.
Grr, yeah. So, brand new song for the final episode.
Yep.
It's a lot darker. It's a lot more rock. It feels raw. How did you feel about it? Did you like it?
Yeah. Of course, now you planted the seed in my head where you're like, this is a Changbin song. So naturally I was like, all right, I'm going to love it then. You know?
Well, am I wrong?
Nope.
Was it a Changbin song?
Yep.
Yeah, so, you know.
Yeah.
It was good. It was real good. So I will still frequently go back and listen to Mixtape, especially since we've been going through the series. Like,
Yeah.
I kind of wanted to like re-listen to all the songs. And the ones that I always go back to, obviously I love Elevator, but I always go to Ya and Grr, the Law
Grr.
of Total Madness. Sorry, not the Law of Total Madness. It's Grr, Law of Total Madness.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always go back to those two. Just, they sound so good. especially like when you hear the recorded version, you really get the
Yeah.
like that part stands out so well in the recording.
Yeah.
It's really great. And then they move on and show the performance. So, what'd you think of the actual performance?
Oh, it was great. I mean, there hasn't been a performance yet where I didn't enjoy it,
True. Except for that awkward moment when Minho sang the wrong lyrics.
Yeah, well, whatever.
333. Yeah, but I thought they did good. The dance moves were like really tight. And pretty wild. Like they really went kind of above and beyond. I feel like to really show that they could do anything.
Yeah.
And and it really is effective.
I knew you were gonna say that. Why did I know you were gonna say that?
Why did you know that was gonna say that? Shark Rocket. I don't know. It's a Dane Cook reference. It's awful.
Is it?
At this point. Yeah, it's a Dane Cook reference.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I feel like I didn't know that, but
Oh. Well, maybe I'll send you a clip of that and you'll be like, wow. That's what you reference? You do that all the time.
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
I know. It's like that, Aqua Teen Hunger Force, or C-Lab 2021.
I mean, I've got some Dane Cook references. I mean, I enjoyed his stand-up specials. Back when I was 14 or 15,
Right.
whenever.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah. So, JYP gives his final little praise and or criticism, but he says that Felix and Minho have both improved, and he could have just left it at that instead of just saying like, well, still pretty rough around the edges. I can tell that you're singing with your throat, so that's why you don't have as much power in your singing, but better. And I'm like, wow. What a compliment. And then for Felix, he's like, yeah, when you said these couple of words, it sounded not like you were a native speaker, but that like you said it correctly. And I was like, such there's this backhanded compliments.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, you don't sound native, but you sounded good. You got the meaning in there.
Yeah.
Like, Jesus Christ. So they need to tabulate all of the voting and finish all that.
Yeah,
and
sure
have
they
the
do.
Discussions. So they bring out from 2 p.m. Jun K to perform a song for us.
Yep.
That doesn't have anything to do with Stray Kids, really. But what'd you think of Jun K? He was cool.
Yeah, I liked it.
Think about you. Yeah,
now
it's good.
The thing that confused me, and we talked about this like while we're watching it, was that they introduced him as what's his name, Jun-K from 2 p.m. right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
And my question was, well, then where the hell is 2 p.m.? Like, I didn't realize that they did like these little solo acts, I guess, from time to time. But
well, so I'll tell you that just recently, like last month, 2 p.m. had, I don't know if it was a comeback, but they released a new song.
Oh, really?
Like, as 2 p.m. Yeah. So like they're still performing, they're still doing their thing.
Mm-hmm.
But groups, especially as they get older, some members will have to
go to the military,
split off and go to the military,
right?
And that kind of leaves the others behind, and they have like some choices. They can do solo projects, or they can do small group projects, or a little bit of both. A common thing in for Stray Kids content, which we're going to see a lot of this stuff coming up, so I don't mind talking about it, is that they have a couple of different segments on their YouTube that they will they'll actually produce songs that are not like official JYP songs. Like it's literally like Bangchan and a member work on a song together, or like a couple of the members will work on a song together, and like they'll put it out, they'll just release it on the main channel, and so you just can see like different dynamics and different performances of like one or two people.
Yeah.
Also, just recently, we'll talk about that later. That's fine. I don't want to give too much away from future stuff.
Sure. Yeah.
But
let's keep this spoiler free.
Yeah, well, there's less spoilers now. There will be spoilers once we get to 2019, but we have a ton of content to get through that. We'll already be through. We have 5 mini albums between now and the next big change.
Yeah.
For things, events in the life of Stray Kids. So like, that's a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jun K performs. It's great. He does great. He says he supports Stray Kids with 9 members. They close the live text voting, and the vote percentage has not changed.
Right.
Stray Kids members are pretty nervous. The MC's really dragging it out. Either to just give them more time, and he's vamping, but he is repeating himself over and over again. At one point, he even starts to like interrupt JYP when JYP starts to talk. And yeah, I think maybe they were leading up to a break, and that's why it happened. I don't know, but so they finally spend a bunch of time setting up JYP for making the decision, and then JYP goes, "So I have a lot of dogs
Yeah.
at home." And I was like, what do you mean? Like, where are we going with this? Like,
Yeah.
you have a lot of dogs. Good for you. I don't like.
All right. So,
So he
you're,
has a lot
you're
of
a dog
dogs.
man.
Yeah, he's a dog man. And he's like, sometimes your dogs don't pee on the pad. And I'm like, okay, are you saying that like the members are like, who haven't performed well are like dogs peeing outside of the pad? like this metaphor, it was like went off the rails immediately. Like okay. And then he goes, but the other day I saw a robot dog. Okay. All right.
I love
It's
this.
like, well, like robot dog is great because it doesn't pee outside of the pad, but like, it's just not the same. It doesn't feel alive. And then I felt like for the second time he says it, when actually describing them, he kind of walks it back a little bit, because he's like, sometimes like a pack of dogs, you may not always be performing, perfectly or whatever, but it always feels human and cohesive and blah, blah, blah. Like, he like tries to turn into this weird compliment, but it's like, you just said that Felix and Minho pee outside the pad. Like you can't take that back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was pretty funny.
It's crazy. So they finally get to the announcement, and yes, both members, Minho and Felix, will join, and they will debut as 9. They did it!
Yay!
Woo! Yay! Stray Kids is 9 members.
Hell yeah.
Hell to the yeah. They all get to hug. It's a good time. JYP comes down, shakes all their hands, and then rubs most of their heads. I thought that was a little strange, but sure. He does. He literally, like, I when it was just one of them, I was like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. But he was literally like, shake, rub, shake, rub, shake, rub, shake,
Sometimes
rub,
you just
shake,
need a
rub.
little shake and rub, you know what I mean?
Yeah, a little shake and rub. And then he got to Minho, and he shook his hand, and then just kind of like shook his shoulder and talked to him for a second, and then moved on. And I'm like, wait, what? Okay.
Was he
All
like,
right.
congratulations, you're not going to fucking survive?
No, he said, congratulations. Sorry, I compared you to puppies peeing outside their pad.
Congratulations. I'm only doing this because I don't want the audience to be pissed off at me.
Congratulations. I can't do anything to change this group. I'm afraid to change anything in this group because I might ruin it. Yeah. And that's the story of Stray Kids. That's the end of the survival show. There is nothing left for us but to continue on with the Stray Kids content, and we are going to just rapidly go through it and finally catch up to where they are now.
I'm excited.
I think. Yeah, it's gonna be awesome. And of course, like, as we go along, you get to unlock new music videos, new albums, new photo cards of Changbin.
Dude, we're getting achievements here. Should we make like an achievement tracker?
Oh yeah, I think so. Yeah,
Hell
we'll
yeah.
have I don't know what kind of achievements. Maybe. Oh, you know what? A perfect achievement, especially considering this episode and how I got to talk about the members that I'm into, is a good achievement would be bias wrecker.
Hell yeah.
Which means that we're going to see some content at some point and it will wreck your bias, and I cannot wait for that moment. I want to know.
What are you saying?
Yeah.
Are you spoiling things right now? I don't understand.
No. So what I'm saying is that we will see content. Like, this is what happens to any stay, right? Is that, like, you have, like, your main, or you're like, oh yeah, like, you like Changbin, and then there's just gonna be something that we see. And I'm not saying that there's anything specific. I'm just saying, like, because it happens all the time, like, there possible. May be a day when we will watch a video where Seungmin captures your heart and you're just like, for today, I'm Seungmin.
Yeah, sure. I gotcha.
Just saying, it's possible.
Yeah.
We'll see. We will see. But that is it for the Stray Kids Survival Show. Thanks for joining us on this grand journey. we will resume and be moving on towards the 9th. That's the show that we're gonna watch next. It's the next Stray Kids content. I did warn Tom ahead of time, but it's been a while that the 9th is, we'll say, less produced, because it's not an Mnet show. It's not being produced by a TV channel. So it's just like lower quality videos and stuff, but you still get the sense of everything that's happening, and it's still entertaining. So I think we're gonna have a good time.
Yeah. Did you have? Is this available on Stray K subs?
The 9th?
Yeah.
It is not, but we have links, so I'm gonna definitely get links. It's gonna become harder for us to be able to do watch-alongs with this content for a little while, just because it's gonna be like several different videos. So if we wanted to keep doing the watch-alongs, like, there will be content that's possible for, but not for a little bit. Not
everything. Okay, well, that's why I was asking, because I want people to, like, if they want to go ahead and get a head start on this content. If they haven't, been already, maybe before we start the next episode, we'll start the next episode with, here are the links, or here's where you can find the content that we're going to be covering. So if you want to pause, go check it out and then come back.
Yeah, for sure. And I'll put the links in the episode description for our next episode. And if you're interested and you just want to Google it or whatever, it's just The 9th Season 1. That's what we'll be watching for next time. That's the plan anyway. We may only get through 4 episodes before we have to call it, but I think there's 5 in the first season. And, I'll make sure that we won't die. This was a long one. I mean, we've been at it for a long time.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. I don't know how you're going to survive at work tomorrow. I don't know how I'm going to survive at work tomorrow, but it was worth it. The kids were worth it. The kids are all right.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, I got to wake up in like 4 hours, so yeah.
Oh, my God.
It's whatever.
Well, get yourself some caffeine. Bye, everybody. Thanks for coming on this journey. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.